What's going on, guys? I'm Emmanuel, a professional architect, programmer, and honestly, I've been a gamer since the Sega Mega Drive days. I never really imagined I'd step into game development, although I did dabble with building a game once, even though it was a terrible one. But here we are, charting a brand new path. It's 2025, and game development has become way more accessible to everyday creators or the common man, which is me. So instead of waiting, I'm diving in because I'm seeing everyone else do it. So yeah, here we are. In this series, I'm going to pour in my background, which is 10 years of architecture experience, to design detailed, professional quality maps, buildings, and props. Link in description if you want to hire me to build any of your shit or buy any of the props that you see on this video. But yeah, 6 years of graphics design and branding experience to polish the visuals and the UI. And on the coding side, well, my game dev experience is close to zero. I've mainly done just front end, a little bit of Python for home automation, but I'll be figuring out scripting and systems right here with you all watching, if I can remember to record half the time. But yeah, over time, I'll be introducing new projects and game concepts under a one-man game studio vision. But we're starting with Giftpocalypse. So Giftpocalypse is a Roblox survival shooter where 10 players team up against endless waves of zombies, except there's a twist. Now, for the twist, I'm not going to give it away because that's like the whole thing that's supposed to be special about this particular game idea. But, we're going to be building the map and making sure the game works. And as soon as I'm ready to release, or close to ready to release at least, I'll let you guys know what it is. But for now, it's going to be a build in public journey. So you're going to see sketches, the maps, the coding experiments, the mistakes, and the breakthroughs. And together, we'll grow into something amazing, hopefully. If I can figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, let's get started. I'm going to try and do the rest of this video without an accent, because normally I don't have an accent. I think I'm just camera shy. So now we are getting started, and like I said before, the name of the game is Giftpocalypse. So this is the poster, and remember I said I was a professional, so we're doing things right. Core concept of the game is you and 5 guys or 10 guys, you're somewhere and you're building barricades, and there's dead guys or zombies coming out. I'll just call them dead guys for now. There's dead guys coming out from everywhere, and they're trying to break the barricades and trying to get into where you're at for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so based on that core concept, we're going to get a bubble diagram and basically just zone out all the spaces and know what we're doing. Anyways, so before I did the bubble diagram, I did some research just so I can have a good overview of what we're going to be working with, and how much space we have in general. So the core loop of the gameplay, like I said earlier, the players are going to gear up in a forest. So we're going to need a forest clearing hub where there's ammo, barricades, vantage points, and whatnot. Then the surviving waves of zombies. We're pathfinding. The zombies are going to be pathfinding their way to the players. holding angles, rotate through choke points and whatnots. And then, yeah, I want a part of the map where there's going to be a boss. So I want a part of the map where the boss can like break out and destroy, like a part of the environment and jump into like the crowd and just start destroying. So we'll have an area for the boss breakouts, and then yeah, after that, I'm going to split the map into two phases. So the first phase, the boss breaks out, you fight the boss, and then when his health is low, he jumps back in the wreckage, and then you follow him in, and that leads to like a wrecked town. So we'll get on sketches and start designing the town later. But for now, the map design is going to be on 350 by 350 studs. That's about 98 meters by 98 meters. And yeah, so we're going to have a forest breakout or forest outskirts, let's call it that. It's a central clearing hub. We'll have the boss breakouts area. We'll have the wrecked town. And yeah, let's go straight to the bubble diagram. So yeah, definitely we have to have a poster. This is what the poster looks like for the game. We'll have the boss breakouts from here. Something like this. I'll build something that you can break out of. There'll be like explosions, they're fighting zombies and whatnot. But yeah. So the bubble diagram, like I said earlier, there'll be a forest clearing, and the players are gonna spawn around here. Like I said earlier, there'll be barricades, ammo, and just random logs and stuff around here. So these Z's represent spawn points, and spawn points for zombies. Then there's going to be a hunting cabin over here. The boss is going to break out from like this area. I want him to break out from somewhere around here on the map. I reserved this circle for something. We'll use all the space. Maybe this is where you're gonna get out of the town from, because I want to add a feature where if you're playing solo or with a small team, you go and find survivors basically, and you can bring them back to your camp and give them weapons that you crafted or that you found outside, and they can help you with the horde pretty much. So this should be a road linking to the forest clearing. There's going to be some crashed vehicles here just so you can have shit for bullets to bounce off of and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically it. I might want to connect the barricades and the hunting cabin though somehow. We'll see. Yeah, the hunting cabin, by the way. The forest clearing is where, you're going to be fighting most of the zombies. When it gets higher level, you're going to want to be inside. If it's a small team, we'll build like a small shed kind of in this area where you can, hunker down. If it's a more full lobby, they can use the hunting cabin. So the hunting cabin is going to be like a bigger base kind of for like the later parts just before the boss comes out. And yeah, this behind where the boss breaks out from is going to lead to the wrecked town pretty much. So let's head over to the sketch. This is a sketch it's a more visual representation of the bubble diagram pretty much. and it just gives me more of an idea of what we're working with. So there'll be a surrounding forest. Like I said earlier, the player is going to spawn here. The hunting cabin will be around this area. The zombie spawn points, I'm going to place those like pretty much around the map strategically, but for now, the forest clearing is going to be in this area. I'll have to build a reason why the players are spawning here behind here. I'll think about that later, but this is the road that leads out, where you can go find survivors, supplies, gas. I can incorporate a generator. Yes, I'll build a generator thing. If that doesn't cause lag, you'll have to go out and find petrol, and it's easier to see the zombies at night and kill them when the lights are on. So you can find bulbs, you can increase the number of lights around like the area, so it makes it easier to see zombies, and you can kill them more quickly or more effectively. Yeah. So petrol is one of the things that you look for, you know, siphon it from cars. It's cutscene, you know, it's Roblox. We can't do too much, I think. I'm not sure how much I can do before it starts to lag, but we'll use cutscenes. You siphon petrol from cars, find survivors, ammo, and crafting equipment and whatnot, and then you can use it to power a generator. So I'll put a generator area somewhere in the hunting cabin, I think. And yeah, let's try to sketch some of what the buildings would look like before we get started. I'm an architect, so we're going to be as thorough as possible before we start designing anything, but don't worry. You can skip ahead if you're not interested in all this to where I've already started designing the stuff. But yeah, so the barricades area is gonna have something like a shed, like I said earlier, where you can hunker down. So I haven't decided what the barricades are gonna look like yet, but something like this, and you can like cover up the doors. I'll make it a bit bigger, I think, just a bit. The size is irrelevant for now, just focus on what it looks like. But yeah, this is the forest clearing area. So it's like we're standing around here and we're looking towards, you know, the road where you wind out. I can put like a car here, and maybe you have to fix up the car. You have to fix. I want the survive. Okay, maybe you can. Yes. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is, from the beginning of the game, you can go out and find survivors, food, and petrol and whatnot, parts for the generator. But as soon as it starts to get harder, or as soon as you progress, it starts to tell you, you know, you've explored. You start to see less and less stuff around your area, and you have to start going farther. So you have to get the car working so you can go farther. When you go farther, you can see more stuff. It's kind of like Rebirth, but for like looting, like the area around you. So when you go a bit farther with more petrol, you spend more petrol going farther and farther. But the farther you go, the better the loot you see. The more you go there, the less loot you see. It might sound complicated right now, but don't worry. We'll get to that later. For now, I was like, let me write this down, but I remembered this is a video. So, yeah. The boss breakout zone, he's gonna break out from something like this. But this is a bit too small for what I was thinking about. I want the boss to be a bit tall, about anything around 6 meters. So, yeah, this is more like it. Obviously, I'll put some stuff around it because it's not going to be like a tunnel. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. It might be a tunnel. It might be a mine door. It might be... It's a forest clearing leading to a town, so I'll think of something. But for now, this is good enough. Yeah, the cabin is going to look like this. Yeah. So we'll pretty much have one floor, ground floor, like a porch in front, and top floor. But I'm gonna add kind of like a pent floor on top, so you can mount turrets and also have sniping opportunities as well. Let's see. I might add a few more windows. I'm gonna make this bigger. Definitely, I'm gonna make this bigger. But yeah, so the ground floor sketch. You come in from the porch and there's like a living area. So there's gonna be like a hidden entrance. I want a hidden entrance here because we're gonna have something underground, and the underground is gonna be a tunnel. It's gonna lead us to the barricades. Remember, I said I wanted to connect the barricades to the cabin somehow. So there's gonna be a hidden entrance with a tunnel, and it leads and connects to the barricades. And there would be stairs to go, to the upper floor from here. So for the underground, though, when you come down from the stairs, there's going to be like a choke point here. We can find a way to use that and make, what would you call it? We'll make something interesting or dramatic with it later. But yeah, underground is just a small space. We don't want people camping in here too much, so might fill it up with some shit later. But yeah, this is going to lead to the barricades. This is a bit more detailed. I'm gonna angle it and add some more choke points, some doors, some stuff, make it narrow and wider in some places. I might add a door here to, I think, storage. Oh, loot rooms, keys. I can add keys that open doors and give you special loot. Yes, in the tunnel. Okay, and other parts of the map probably. But yeah, this leads to barricades. Okay, so for the first floor, you come up the stairs. We'll have like a room, a closet, a toilet and whatnot around here and here. This is also going to be a buffer for when you come upstairs. And then there's going to be like a cantilevered balcony, so you can fight zombies pretty much. I'll have a hatch around here that you can use to get up to the pent floor via ladder. And the pent floor is just going to be, a small space for an auto turret. I can't remember why I put stairs here. But yeah, for the sniping spot and the auto turret, those are the main two parts of the pent floor. Yeah, so I'm gonna have ornaments like these, spotlights, the barricades, the low level ones at least are gonna look pretty much something like this. And yeah, we're getting there. We're making some progress. So I'll have some windows bordered up. This is the basic art style I might be going with for the game. I'm not sure. I might make it look a bit more scary, but we're gonna have to make the building look something like this, but better. This is a clearer view of the forest clearing. The barricades might be something like this. I've not decided if it's gonna be a house or not, or is this? Oh, according to where you're standing, this should be on the way out. So I think this was representing the barn. I hadn't come up with the barn, but yeah. Let's see. I was thinking about using this for something. I'm not sure. I'll put this somewhere. But yeah, finished product is going to look something like this. With the pent floor. I always keep forgetting to change the O to P. But yeah, we'll have the pent floor, the first floor with the ornaments, fire, barricades, and whatnot. And yeah, it's gonna be dope. So give me I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna fast forward it. So give me some time. I'm gonna do some architecting, and I'll be right back. All right. So I'm back, done architecting, and based on the sketches we had, this is what I was able to come up with. Yeah, you can pause and look at the sketch again. But yeah, side by side, the living area is over here. So there's a kitchen area over here. I was supposed to add a balcony, but I forgot. So I'm gonna add some space for a door here. I might change this kitchen setup. I'm gonna change this kitchen setup actually. Yeah. This is ArchiCAD, by the way, if you're wondering what application this is. But yeah, there's gonna be a room here. Yeah, there's gonna be a room here, I'm gonna make this place kind of like an open courtyard, so we can use this place for the generator. You can add barricades here to keep the zombies out so they don't destroy the generator. There's gonna be categories of zombies. So there would be a zombie who's kind of an asshole, and his whole like thing is destroying the generator. So yeah, this is gonna be the stairs that leads upstairs. There might be like a guest toilet here, and this is the hidden area. So I might put the entrance to the hidden area, the tunnel, either in the guest toilet or under these steps. But yeah, I need to find out what I'm gonna do with this space and this space. So let me do some brainstorming. Hold on. Okay, so I did some more research, and for the tunnel, I'm gonna make it a minimum playable width of about 3.5 meters or 4 meters. That's about 12 studs. It can barely fit about 2 players shoulder to shoulder. It's gonna force coordination, and it creates those choke point moments where the team must line up and focus fire. It's also ideal for sections with barricade doors that can break under pressure and whatnot. But I'll still choose between 5 to 6 meters that can fit 3 to 4 players, and 7 to 8 meters. Yeah. So I did some brainstorming, and this is what I came up with. Yeah, we'll keep this part as a generator side for the generator idea. The courtyard is going to be open. I can do an armory on ammo supply room. Like a small, this area, either this area or this area here. It's just going to act as like a resupply points for like ammo crates, weapon wall, med kits, and whatnot. So I'll probably use here, so it's integrated. That's why I glazed this part, so you can see the generator and a bit of what's going on. And then yeah, it ties directly into one of the mechanics that we'll be using later. Yeah. So gifts and special items will also spawn in here as well. Yeah, so for the generator room, it adds power, lights, barricades, and also the generator will power the auto turrets too. So the auto turrets don't just stay on, they use petrol. And the amount of turrets you can put, I'm going to add carburetors as one of the things that you can find. For those of you that don't know what a carburetor is, I'm not going to explain it. You have to go and check because I'm not too sure. But in layman's terms, it pretty much is the part of the engine that's before, I don't know, it doesn't combust there, but it controls how much petrol goes in. What it does in real life is not important. What it does in the game world is that it's going to upgrade the amount of actually what a carburetor does in real life and what it does in the game. If it's going to be similar, then the carburetor is going to, a better carburetor will make the gen last longer with less fuel. So the capacitor behind the gen is another part that you find. So the bigger the capacitor, the more turns, auto turns you can put on it. But yeah, so I think the second room can be like a workshop, just an open space filled with scattered crates, wooden planks, barrels, and it lets us reinforce like doors and windows or drop temporary defenses. So it thematically ties into the Last Stand survival vibe. But yeah, that's basically where we are right now. For the underground area, this is what we have here. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. So in ArchiCAD, everything we're doing is pretty much in 3D. I'll just cycle through the plans real quick, or if you want to skip ahead, you can skip ahead. I'll show you where I'm showing everything in 3D. But for those that are interested in the plan, this is what it looks like. So from the initial diagram over here, we have the underground, which is this part right here. You come down from the steps, and I'll do something with here. But this is the choke point over here. And yeah, I might chamfer this later. I don't know. But yeah, leading down this way. I'll add more choke points and the door later, but that's where the underground is right now. Or that's where we are with the underground right now. Don't forget your boy needs commissions. So if you finish the video, see if I'm good or I know what I'm doing at least, and if what I'm doing impressed you or interested you in any way, then commission me or recommend me at least, or both. Doesn't matter. But yeah, the first floor you come up. Okay, so from the ground floor you come up the stairs and you alight the stairs over here. So there's a room here that is an office space, kind of. It leads to the balcony. Not kind of, it's an office space. I'll decorate that later. It leads to the balcony, and I wanted the balcony to spread around most of the building, so you can be fighting from up here and breaking stuff and running around. So yeah, there is going to be, I can't remember what this room was. I think it might be the prop room or the gifts room. I can't remember. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. Oh, this is just a bedroom. This part is void, so from the ground floor you can see up here, and there's like a walkway here. So the ladder is over here, used to get to the pent floor. This is a room right here. I'll figure out what to do with that later. This is the bathroom and the master bedroom. Yeah. So yeah, you can get out here to the balcony as well. And lastly, the pent floor. So the pent floor is pretty much just a small space. You come up from the ladder here and you can just walk here. You put the auto turn here, sniping opportunities, and that's it. Bada boom, bada bang. So this is how it's looking so far. This application is pretty bad with rendering, so don't worry about like the textures and whatnot. It's just to show you, what we're working with in terms of the spaces. So yeah, this is the design so far. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you want, or if you think I should change anything. Although I've gone pretty far though by now. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think I should change anything that would affect the core gameplay. But I think it looks pretty good for now. This is the back entrance. This is the courtyard I was telling you about. So I didn't put anything here because everything here is going to be props, you know. And we'll basically just have this place boarded up temporarily. But the front of the house is over here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah. So the front of the house is over here. And I'll put the porch and everything in a minute, but yeah, you basically just you go in. This is the main lounge that I was telling you about. This void goes all the way up, and those wood struts, yeah, they go all the way through. I'll change the texturing later, don't worry about it. But for now, yeah, looks good. This is the kitchen area, like I was saying earlier. This is that other room. I'm not sure what to do with, but the spacing is pretty alright. It looks kind of like a horror map right now, because of the textures. But yeah, if you have a horror game to build, call me up. I'm your guy. Commission me. I'm cheap and I do good stuff. Hopefully. I design good stuff, not hopefully, but I don't know if I can do it in like Roblox yet, but we'll find out in the video. But yeah, if I do, don't forget to commission me. But yeah, give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I need to restart this computer, man. It's freezing like crazy. Testing. Okay, so we're back. Computer is lagging like crazy. I'm not sure why. It's probably some viruses in and out, but yeah. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this is the living area. There's a void here. You can see the thrusts or these wood thingies going all the way there. I'm supposed to put the railing out here over in here. I just haven't done that yet because I know I'm probably not going to use this railing from ArchiCAD. But yeah, this is the kitchen, basic kitchen setup, nothing special. I use these low poly objects here, or not low poly. I use these low detail objects because I'm probably going to have to redo all of this. I want to make a fully destructible kitchen. So you can like you know, from here just run up, shoot up this whole place, shoot up the glass, go in and just spray the whole place. You know, you'll have like panels. I don't know if it's possible. Can I do that? I should be able to do that. But yeah, you have panels that just hang up on here, and the objects as well, so you can just stand here and just spray the whole room and everything is gonna like destroy. So that's the plan. This is that other room that is supposed to be for what I don't remember, but I wrote it down. That's why you write shit down. So yeah, this is the courtyard. Remember, we're gonna be blocking out here. This is the ammo supply room. We're gonna be able to see the generator from over here. Check the petrol too. I'll have like UI displaying the petrol level and all that. Kind of like my real house interface. But yeah, these are the windows you're gonna see out here. This glass is gonna be breakable, so you're gonna have to border it. Yeah, I'll have the house secureable in phases. So the first place you can secure would be maybe this room. There would be zombos like all over the rest of the house, or I'll create a system where you have to clear out this house to be able to use it or something like that. But yeah, you can head upstairs, or you want to go downstairs first. So like I was saying, this is the guest toilet area, and we're supposed to be able to go in either through there or through here. I'm thinking through up here. You like climb up here and you like do something. I don't know. Squeeze through. Tap E to squeeze through or something. But yeah, you can go down through the stairs. I need to fix the headroom here, but don't worry about it. Yeah, so this is the room. It's just a hidden room. There's nothing special. No windows, no nothing. You get in through stairs. This is the choke point I was talking about. I'll add some lighting later, cinematic tunnel lighting. But yeah, this really does look like a horror game. Commission me to build your horror game map. I'm cheap for now, and yeah, maps are interactive. I hope it can't be that hard, right? I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said it's possible, so I should be able to learn it if it's possible. But yeah, keep going. I'm gonna add a door here later, probably in this style or barn door style, and you can basically walk out to the barricades area. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom back and go to, what is it called? We're gonna go upstairs. Where's the stairs? Yes, we can get lost here, bro. Shit. I might reinforce that. I'll keep the texture is kind of the same, so you can almost get lost. I almost got lost. If I was standing like here, I might have gotten lost because. But yeah. Anyways, go upstairs. We'll get out through here, and we can go up the stairs. So yeah, this is what upstairs looks like. I like these giant logs passing through the inside of the house. But yeah, this is the office space. I'll add some office thingies later. You can get out to the balcony and nice vantage shooting. Yeah, looks good so far. This is the room. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but this the ladder that goes up to the pent floor. So this is the pent floor. There's a lot of potential here in terms of architecture. Man, I'm getting carried away with architecture, bro. But yeah, might add like a chandelier there. If it won't lag the game, I'm gonna make it breakable so you can shoot it and like falls. But yeah, you can have like the auto turret here. I will make it that you can get on the roof from here. Yeah, and like, yeah, you mount the auto turret up on the roof. I'll add like a wire to the auto turret so you can only move it a certain distance. Yeah, that makes sense because it's connected to the generator. The more realistic, the better, right? But yeah, there's good vantages over here. I'll make use of these roof vantages later. But yeah, go in, go out through here, and yeah, I have railings here. I might make the railings destructible. I might not. I don't know yet, depending on how laggy it makes the game. But yeah, it's basically the whole map. That's where we are right now. And I'm gonna do some visual, what would you call it? Here's what it's gonna look like, or here's what it looks like, or here's what we have so far. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is what we came up with. This is the final render. And yeah, isn't that too bad? But yeah, so now we are done with the cabin. we are gonna see if we can move it from ArchiCAD to Blender and work on the triangles, because if there's too many triangles it's gonna lag in Roblox. So I need to check how many triangles are like on the whole model, and I'll fast forward to when I'm done, when I have it in Roblox. It's not too different from other 3D softwares, so picking it up quite quickly. I threw in a model and I just did a regular environment over here, just so we can test shit out. And yeah, Roblox codes with a language called Lu or Lua, I'm not sure. I don't think I need to learn it as of right now. I'm going to be learning it as we're going on. But yeah, I can place objects, I can place trees, I have some zombies in. I have a basic gun system that I took from the tools, and yeah. Tried it out, it plays okay for now. Lots of tweaks, I'm stuck as a chick, I don't know why, don't ask me why. But yeah, I can run around, I can run into this crib. I can go up the stairs, so that's it. I should be able to. Oh shit, there's zombies coming. Yeah, the zombies come after you. I don't think they can come upstairs though, I'm not sure. Oh shit, they can come upstairs. Oh man. I have one gun that I took from the tools. Oh man, these guys don't stop. Hold on. Let me clear out some of these zombies. There's first person mode, which is better for me. I have to work on the third person aim, but there's first person mode. Clear out some of these zombies. Okay, but yeah, that's basically where we are. That's what we got, and okay, so I can. That took me about 2 days to get, but yeah, it's doable. So I'm gonna try to move the map into let's see. I'm gonna try to move that cabin into this map. Testing. Okay, so I was able to move the map into Roblox, not without some problems, but yeah, I figured it out. This is what it looks like in here. Don't worry about the textures and all that. I'm going to fix that later, a lot later actually. But yeah, there's a snippet of what it's gonna look like when I'm done. And yeah, so I found out that there were, when I tried to walk around in game, I fixed all the problems now, so I'm gonna have to explain that, what it is. So I found out that when I tried to walk around in game, there was like cones all around here, and I couldn't get like into the house. The meshes were just messed up. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna be like a decorative piece. The doors and windows as well are weird, so I'm gonna have to redo the doors and windows. Besides, I want them to be interactive, so I'm gonna have to redo them here in Roblox. But yeah, the map looks the way it's supposed to, or the building's the way it's supposed to. I'll texture all that later, but you go in through the front door, everything is like it was in ArchiCAD. So yeah, I had to create invisible meshes because everything is invisible. so we can climb, and it created false floors. I deleted the building and the most of what we had on the terrain. I just left those trees, but the zombies still spawn. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a lot of the map breakable. It took me a while to figure it out, but I was able to finally figure it out, and I didn't record that. I'm not sure why, but yeah. All the doors and windows are supposed to be breakable. I haven't done all that yet, but as of right now, I've worked on 1, 2, 3. I've changed these 3 glass planes, remodeled them in Roblox, and right now, if you shoot them, they break. And at first I had a problem where, you shoot them, they break, and they go backwards, but I managed to figure that out. So you shoot them, they break, it leaves shards behind, and yeah, I did that from scratch. I don't really know Blender. I wanted to design sharp shards, but it's faster if I do everything in Roblox, so I just assigned regular shards. It looks like shards, don't worry about it. I have a small bug here. I wanted the shards to stay on the floor for a few seconds before they go. But yeah, I'll fix that bug later. But for now, I'm gonna play test it and see how far I've gone. There's also gonna be a link in the description so you guys can play test as well and leave any suggestions that you might have about how far I've gone. So let's play test and see what it do. Okay, so I added a couple of things apart from removing everywhere. The zombies are going to be coming through as usual. I added a hotkey to stop the zombies so I can look around, and that's Z, so they can come through and stop. I was having issues jumping in and out of first person mode because I'm not sure if I want to leave it as first person or third person yet. So I fixed that, and we can toggle between first and third now. Same gun. I'll change the gun later. I just downloaded this gun. But yeah, zombies die like they're supposed to. I think headshots, one shot kill. But yeah, the main thing that we're checking is the crib. So the glass. Why is that? It's lagging, bro. Come on. Yeah, so the glass. When you shoot the glass, I want it to be that when you shoot like the whole crib, everything's like shit's like busting around. But for now, we're gonna do just the glass, and I'll figure it out from there. So shoot it, some stuff falls, there's some sound, add the textures. So yeah, stay tuned to see how far I'm going. I mean, these zombies. Oh shit, there's a lot of zombies, bro. They're all coming. But yeah, I'll fix the sound, the ray tracing later. Subscribe, like, leave some comments. This is my first YouTube video, so let me know what you guys think and stay tuned.